Hi everyone and welcome along to today's video. So I've been asked by one of my subscribers out there, can I change a main stopcock without turning the water off outside? In other words, do it live. He said he's got a house that's empty, so it wouldn't matter if there's a little bit of water come out in the change, but is it possible? And the answer is if you really want to see what kind of pressure you can get when changing a stopcock live, it is pretty horrendous. I'll give you a brief sample in a minute, but I think what you've got in mind is changing the head. Now, there's two problems with changing just the head like that. Is that first of all, the mainly is that thread won't fit. Now, the other thing, trying to fight against the pressure to get that back in, you'll struggle to get that thread started, even if it was the right one. If you do intend to try it, make sure you open every cold tap in the house that's on the main, so that at least when that went in, or if you was trying to get it over the pipe, that the water could go somewhere out of a tap further up. So that's the only chance you've got, but it still will be a highly tricky, dangerous, wet job. Now let me tell you, a few years back, way back, when I worked for a council in Gravesend, we had some old houses where they had toilets out the back. Now they had stopcock in the toilet like this off a copper tube that went underground and fed to a toilet system. In winter time we get a big freeze up and these would blow off the end of the pipe, and as soon as it started to defreeze a bit, of course the water would be coming out of the pipe. This would be laying on the pipe on this side, the water would be hitting the ceiling, and you think, what am I going to do to get around that? So couldn't find a stopcock outside because there was snow on the ground 6 inches deep, which is a bit of a problem. So it really was a case of got to do it live. So what I did was I used to make up the stopcock with a bit of pipe on the end of the stopcock. I have a little bit of hose pipe, enough to get outside the toilet, not too long, that would be dubly clipped onto the end of that pipe, so that basically when I try to get this tap on, it would feed the water up and go behind my back and out the toilet. But what else we had to try and do is get this end on, so I would make sure that the olive, right for you, that olive in here was kind of tight into this fitting. So there's the nut, and what I would do is do it hand tight like so, and make sure that it wasn't burred out of all of that edges, so that I could at least try and get it up and over onto the pipe. So that was the other requirement. You couldn't have that bending about, nor could you try and tighten it in place, because otherwise it would start to swell and definitely wouldn't go over the pipe. So I've done a rain mac over my head, charging with water hitting the ceiling, hose pipe out at the end of this tap. The tap would be fully on to make sure the water could go out, and then I'd push that over the end of the pipe. And believe you me, even pushing that against an open pipe that was allowing the water to go out was hard. The pressure was really high, and you had to force it down. You'd have your footprints or your spanner adjusted ready, and you have to hold it down really heavy and do it up quick. Once it was done up, you could turn the tap off and stop the water, and then you could fix the pipe, and it was done. And that is the only other way I know of without using a freezer kit, and this is the problem. People are saying that they can't actually get a freezer kit to actually fit because there's not enough pipe showing to get one on, so it can't actually be done that way, which is the only main safe way of doing it. But not saying it can't be done, it's just that prepare to get wet if you want to try it. So this video I'm going to show you, you're going to see that in this instance you won't actually see in a couple of waters too much pressure. I think you've probably seen a bit of this video before anyway, but the guy's loosened the head and it's come right away and it's firing out the body under the sink. So just to show you the kind of pressure you'll be up against if you want to chance it. Okay, so here goes.
And it's like super hot too. Oh, fuck.
are then. Do you want to face that? You can if you're desperate. Anyway, all my videos, you know where to go, the usual place, Derriton 33. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.